Hello, this is Mike Long coming to you live today before the Super Bowl, the puppies and the horses on the commercials and all the good things that are going on. Take a minute to let everybody get here. If you hang on, I'll throw some music on for you and we'll start in a minute. Really an awesome Sunday we've got started. Hello, Donovan, Hetty, and David. Going to start in just a minute. Want to take a minute to build up some audience here. Got some incredible things going on today. Okay, well, anybody that didn't make it can catch the replay. It's glad to see everybody. I'm glad to see everybody here. Today, we've got some sweet things happening. I wanted to thank everybody that was on last week. My friend Kristen, the Lethal Princess, I played you some music from her, and she's building a YouTube channel. I've got to tell you all that thanks to us and a lot of other people, she's about tripled her numbers in a week. Great to see that happening. She does some electronic music, Asperger's channel and cooking channel, and some interesting things that she's into. I'll put up a link when we're done. If anybody wants to check it out, I'd appreciate you liking and subscribing over there. So last time I was on, I was talking about straight from Tony Robbins, some of the things that we need to do to get ourselves turned around, to get our life on track, the decisions we need to make. Basically started with making a decision, raising your standards, changing your limiting beliefs, and changing your strategy. And he does recommend grabbing a hold of a mentor that's got it happening and doing what they're doing. I certainly agree with that. But I've dove a little bit deeply into that this week, and for myself, I can say I've been beating around the internet for about 5 years. Done a few things that made a lot of sense. I do have a team of about 1,100 actually built in the one program. It isn't paying well yet, but it's not over. I think that one might come around. But overall, diving into what he's saying, I think that myself, I think I have a limiting belief issue. Somewhere deep within. I've gone probably 20 years, most of which while I was paying child support, bumping along the bottom because there's never enough money for everything. And I don't know if I'm used to that and having a hard time getting used to the idea of plenty, or what exactly my issues are there, but I'm diving deep into that and working on it. I know one of the things that he talks about calls neuroassociative conditioning, basically saying that human beings are programmed to move towards pleasure and away from pain, and that's something that I'm certainly working with and on. Anybody has any great ideas for that? I'd love to hear them in the comments. As I said, the limiting beliefs is something that I know can be overcome. I've done some affirmations, trying to work on the way you think as you go through the day, and starting to get it. I think determined that this is going to be the year that all that happens, because it's time. I've been on the internet long enough. I've listened to Tony Robbins, to Ray Higdon. My mentor, Mark Lalonde, is kicking in there. A lot of great training and a lot of learning that's going to make everything work. Just a matter of staying consistent, focused, and getting everything to flow. And I want to say hello, Ben, Gina, Brian. Glad you could make it. Talking about upping my limiting beliefs, and something deep in the psyche that is really difficult to root out of there, that I'm working on and determined to beat. But I wanted to just throw that out, and if anybody does have any ideas on that front, I'd be grateful to hear about them in the comments. So today, I'll tell you real quickly, not to go into a ton of business, but I'm going to throw up a link for a 2 o'clock webinar today. And my mentor, Mark Lalonde, is actually going to put some stuff out there that you may just want to hear. He's excuse me. He's a 7-figure earner, and he built a lot of his business through Twitter. But he's got some syndication things that I've been asking for months to hear how he does, and he's actually going to reveal some of that in this webinar today. So I'd throw out a suggestion. If you do have a chance, you might want to. It might be worth your time to get there. Some things that I know some of the top leaders do that the rest of us haven't figured out how to. It's very technical and complicated, but he can actually be live in 6 different places, just talking about 6 different things all at the same time. And I've never been able to figure it out. I'm looking forward to hearing the answers and learning how to be able to do that myself here in the future. So I'll throw that link up in the comments, and I do greatly appreciate everybody coming by. I'm looking forward to that webinar. If you get a chance, like I said, you'll for sure want to be there. It's going to be worth the time. Hope everybody has a great Sunday, enjoys the horses and the puppies in the Super Bowl. I know I'm looking forward to that part anyway. I don't know that my Steelers are long gone. As a Steeler fan, we're a little spoiled rotten and not used to them not being there. But I'll be there for at least the commercials. Thanks a lot, and have a great Sunday.